Hey, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Swahili Sunday. And if you're joining after the fact, thank you for listening. You can see I'm in my car again, going somewhere. So where am I going? I'm going to turn the car this way so you can see there's like about 500 beads and some other products here that are going to Safari Park down in San Diego. And so I left early this morning to take these. I'm just right outside. Their warehouse opens at 9, so I'm going in there after the Swahili Sunday. But they ordered a lot of paper beads, and I'm wearing one of the bracelets right now. Patricia Collection paper beads. They ordered paper beads, and they ordered some baskets, and even some dog bandanas, and some Dina necklaces for Kenya Days. Kenya Days is coming up at Safari Park in 1 week, less than a week, the 13th through the 15th, but the products are going to be there for a little bit of time. Um, so that's why I'm in the car again. And then where was I going Friday? Oh, yes, that's right. Friday, I was going to pick up a puppy. I have a puppy. So you may have seen or heard me talk about Gracie, my son's dog. She's a Malinois Shepherd, and he's been living with me since February. He brought her home, and she's been crazy paws. And but I love her, and I realized how much I missed having a dog. And so the breeder had another litter, so I went and picked up a little pupper yesterday. I'm naming her Indigo, and why indigo? I was thinking of naming. So one of my favorite Swahili words is imani, which means faith, and then amani means peace, and then amina means safe, and you're safe and peaceful. So I was looking at all those names. I was working on doing a Swahili word for a name, and none of those really fit her personality. And I was looking at Belgian Malinois and German Shepherd names, and there were some kind of whacked names and that were listed. But Indigo was one, and I remember hearing a shepherd named Indigo before. And indigo is the color blue, and if you think about that, blue goes back to think like a negotiator. My brand color is blue, and blue is a color of leadership. So I'm wanting her to be a leader. I'm going to train her, get her some service dog training since I'm a disabled veteran, because I want her to be with me. And I just thought about my son leaving, and wow, I was going to be really sad when the dog went. And so now I have one of my own, and she's a little scrapper. She's like 8 weeks old, and Gracie's 7 months. Jason's moving out at the end of the month, beginning of next month. And so she comes and meets Gracie, and Gracie's like, oh, let's play. And so Gracie does a little too much stuff. And so Indigo snarls up at her and snaps, and Gracie's like, oh, and Gracie's huge. She's 60 pounds. You've probably seen pictures of her wearing the dog bandanas. And this little scrapper is a little bitty thing. She's about the size of one of my cats. She weighs a little bit more, I think, but she's a little scrapper. So she's so sweet. So going to work on training her, and who knows what'll happen. But I'm just really excited and happy. But so I got back yesterday. I went up Friday with the intention. If you watched Fair Trade Friday, I went up Friday with the intention of um, going up, spending the night somewhere close, meeting the guy, and coming back. Well, there was a big accident on right at Grapevine, like right when you get out of the Grapevine, you have the Grapevine exit. I guess going north, there was an 18-wheeler that crashed. I think when I went by, I saw the guardrail was, and it was a deep drop. So I think the 18-wheeler may have gone over the guardrail or something, or I don't know. I don't know what happened, but when I got to that area, there was a sign that said traffic was delayed for 3 hours. And I thought, oh, you got to be kidding. So I went and sat at Pyramid Lake for about an hour, hour and a half. I had a book. I was reading and walking around, and I tried to do a Fair Trade Friday from there, but I had zero signal. And then I was intending on getting out. So we pushed it to 7 o'clock, and I started down the freeway, and it was a 2 hour delay. And so I ended up being stuck, and then there were no motels to be had anywhere. I ended up going to Bakersfield. That's as far as I could get because I was tired by that point. It was late. I don't like driving on back roads. I don't like driving at night, period, but I don't like driving on back roads because my eyesight's not that great. Um, and so I was like, had stopped at a little Mexican place and got a really good burrito and some chips and salsa. And then I went to the hotel, and then I went and met the guy and turned around and came back. And of course, when you have a new puppy, it's like having a child. I don't know if any of you have children, but I remember my son woke up every hour on the hour to breastfeed. I was so exhausted. And my daughter was not as much, but they do wake up often when they're babies. And so this one, you have to take it out, you have to take her out a lot so she doesn't go in the house. And she's had one accident because I didn't catch it in time, but that's pretty good. She's I took her out up every 2 to 3 hours, so I'm kind of tired. And I got up this morning and I came down here and I'm going to take the stuff to Safari Park. So I'm excited that uh, the beads are going to get to be at Safari Park. If you go there, it's in Escondido, San Diego County. It's in Escondido. It starts the 13th. I will be there on the 15th. I have some friends actually that are coming that go to Safari Park, and they're coming on the 15th specifically to see me. I also have a friend from my veterans group who will be there on the 14th. So go check it out. It's like a mini safari, and they have I went around and checked out some of the animals and stuff. And yeah, so I'm waiting for Layla to get on. I'm trying to see if I'm on my phone, so it's kind of interesting waiting to see if she comes into the studio somehow. I'm just kind of watching to see if that happens. Anyway, shout out to Kenya for them taking the gold medal in the men's marathon. And this is the person he won the gold. My sister actually sent me a text about that this morning, and I just had a minute to look it up and read it. I need to go back and check it out. But Kenya, I think, took 4 gold medals in the Olympics, and this was one of them, the men's marathon. So that is pretty awesome. Congratulations to Kenya. Woohoo. Go gold. That's awesome. So he won the gold medal for the men's marathon. And I'm excited to go back and see the footage. I haven't seen, because I've been traveling. I haven't stopped since Friday. So, and then later today, my daughter and I are doing a photo shoot with the MSN Foundation. Oh, you may have seen the photos of her wearing baskets and beads jewelry and these beautiful outfits from India. So we are going to be doing that today. So no rest for the weary. And then next weekend's a full weekend with we have a wedding and coming down here to Safari Park. So I don't know when I'm going to get a break, especially with a new puppy. I'm like, what have I done to myself? But I'm really happy that I have her. And oh, awesome. Looks like Layla has joined. So let's bring Layla on to get an update of what's going on in Kenya. Let me see. Add to stream. This is interesting. Oh, cool. Hey.
Hi.
I'm on my phone, so it's like I've never done it on my phone before.
Hi.
Hi. It's good to see you. Oh, the connection's a little. Oh, am I in a bad place? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Awesome. Well, I'm right outside of I was just talking about Safari Park that's placed a big order, and I got the beads right over here. After this I'm going to go deliver them, so I'm excited about that and praying that they all sell, and that we the whole bottom line with that is, because like you and I talked offline about how the ladies, all of them make paper beads, and most of them make the beaded baskets. So this would be an opportunity for everybody to earn money versus those who just do the specialized things. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited.
It's really exciting. We're just praying, for everything to sell and for that opportunity to really open up, because it's going to help all the ladies, So that is really a great thing that is happening.
Yeah, and they even wanted 12 dog bandanas, so I have some doggy bandanas here as well. Yeah. So hopefully those are sell good too. I'm going to need to order some more of those because they're starting to sell, which is great.
Yeah.
And, yeah. some people at the dog park have bought them when I have taken Gracie, so I'm excited. And I just shipped a couple out to some others. So the lady that coordinated that training. Oh, so give us an update, because I haven't mentioned too much that we're starting an NGO there in Kenya. So maybe you could explain how that works, and the process that we're where we are so far, and that they've accepted, what name they've accepted, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so we started. I think we talked about it earlier, but we never started the process. So we started the process about a month ago. Yeah, immediately after you left, that's when we started the process with the name. First of all, you have to apply for you have to there's a form that you fill with like 3 names that you want, so that they check their system if there's another organization with the same name or that. So we did that, but we had only 2 names because we couldn't come up with the third name. So we had Dynamic Vision and Empowered Women Kenya. And they actually chose the Empowered Women Kenya, but you were like, we have another organization, that is called Dynamic, and we would love to have the same name. And they were like, oh, what do you guys do? So we told them what we do, how we help the women in Kipsongo with the beads and all that. And they were like, okay, it's fine. We can just, use the other name, provided you prove, it's not false. It's true that actually another dynamic exists in the US. And that was really exciting because they were excited to hear about everything that we are doing and how we are helping the women, and even how you're selling the beads in the US, because, kind of hard to ship things from here to there and sell products. So that was really exciting, and it was really encouraging for me, because I was like, oh, local people and people are here, Kenyans love to support other Kenyans. So that was really great. And the process wasn't that complicated. So we actually submitted the forms. We just did that last week. So the process has begun. Our NG is on the way, so we are just waiting and praying that everything goes smoothly, all our documents get approved, and we'll have a non-governmental organization, which will be great, because now what we are doing, it won't be an individual thing. It's going to be, an organization. So even if Leila or Eldona or somebody else is not there, the organization exists. So it's something that is not just going to help us and the ladies, but it will help the next generation and the next generation. I think that's the exciting part, because
Yeah.
it's like, it's not just us, even if Leila is out of the picture, still, dynamic vision is going to help, generations to come. And the part about, kids, sponsoring kids, okay, sorry, I'm really excited about everything.
No, it's good. I'm excited
So
too.
that's why I'm talking. I'm really excited, because I'm like, this is the dream, this is the vision, this is what God did put in our heart, and it's, it's here, it's happening. It's just so it's really great, because even if we get land, it's not going to be complicated. It's going to be easy for us to buy land, for us to move to the next step, because we've been stuck in the same place for so long, that now getting this certificate is going to enable you to do things here freely,
Yeah.
Oh, it's really exciting. So that's what we are praying for and just waiting. But the process is underway, and it looks promising, because everybody there is really excited about what we are doing. So
Oh, that's just so awesome. I mean, I remember when we first met, and we first started, and some people were like, "Yeah, good luck with that. Like, that's going to go anywhere." Like, yeah, but you don't know our God, so you could just leave that out.
yeah, like, nobody took it seriously. It was like, this is just another project. It's another one that even the ladies, remember, the ladies were like, oh, Eldona, we've seen so many Wazungu, so she might not come back. Remember the first time they were worried that you might never
Yeah.
come.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then I
you
came
came back the
back.
second time and the third time. And now they're just like, when is she coming back? They don't even worried that you might not come back. It's like, when is she coming back? So that is really exciting and encouraging, because it's like the trust is there, the relationships, and we're just a big family, So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
got a big Kenyan family now. It's like, oh my gosh. It's
Yeah.
I'm somebody who has very little family. I have a sister that I is on the East Coast. I hardly ever see her. But now I have this big family in Kenya, so it's so great. And just like when I was there and like I think I said the most, like Dina and Elbit hugged me so hard I nearly broke. I
Yeah.
miss, yeah. It was so great.
Yeah, it's really great. They sometimes make you mad, but I'm like, it's family. Even my kids make me mad most of the time. So I'm like, that's what makes a family. You get on each other's
Yeah.
nerves, but at the end of the day, you love each other so much and you care about each other. So yeah, that's really great.
So, how are things there? I got a message from Bishop Ben there in Katali and said that churches can meet again. So, what's the status with COVID there now?
The number is still rising, but now the restrictions that were there they just eased the restriction, because now the curfew was from 7, now it was moved to 10, and the churches were closed, but now it's open. I feel like those are the two things that they changed. They can meet, the churches can meet, and the curfew moved to 10. But all these other restrictions are there, and in fact, with the number rising, it's crazy. We're just hoping that we don't go back to where we were. So, but at least the good thing
Yeah,
is
we're like,
people are getting vaccinated. So it's kind of helping, like more people are getting vaccinated. So that's good.
yeah, I mean, the variants are moving around and we're back to this in a lot of places. So I'm like, I got to find my Kenya masks again because I put them away and I don't remember where I put them. And like we're some
Mm-hmm.
like in Los Angeles County, you have to wear them. Some places in Orange County, it just like when I was traveling, I'm like, do I need a mask? Do I not need a mask? It depended on where you went. It's so
Mm-hmm.
confusing. But yeah, I'm just praying, so because I've explained several times. So the churches are open, but they can't sell in the street market. So the only
Mm-hmm.
income they can make is off of what we're selling here. So I'm
Yeah.
praying for more sales and
Mm-hmm.
more things like this with the paper beads so everybody can make and like I said, the dog bandanas, those are starting to go, so i'm gonna
Yeah.
i'm gonna get together another order for that, so they'll be excited to the sewing group will be excited to hear that
Yeah.
because they were like that in Kenya, like you don't see a lot of people with dogs, and if you there's I've seen a couple dogs just kind of running around, but there's it's not like here. People are just really crazy about their pets, and they were just laughing like, what do you mean dog bandanas? People do this to their dogs.
Yeah, that was really funny, because it's like, what, dog banana? I'm like, yeah, it's not a nickname. They thought it was like, how people just change names of things. I'm like, no, it's not a nickname. It's like for dogs, you put it, until I had to show them the picture of Gracie, and they were like, what? This is crazy.
Yeah, but there I've got a couple places to contact. Like I'm contacting smaller little pet stores that have a few locations, and I got the name of somebody from one that I go to, and to see if I can, hey, you want to give some dog bandanas a go, and see if we can get some regular sales there as well. So that's kind of exciting. I'm happy about that. I saw that in the Olympics, the men's marathon was won by a Kenyan.
Yeah, Eliud Kipchoge. Yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
it's really exciting. It's everywhere. I was just watching the news, and it's on social media, and yeah, he just made Kenya proud. So
Yeah. My
yeah.
sister actually sent me that because I haven't been paying attention the last couple of days because I've been traveling. Oh, did you? We have Gracie number 2 at the house now. I
Oh,
went I went and got a puppy.
This is crazy.
And she's like, she looks just, I'm going to post a picture in a little bit. She looks like a mini Gracie. But the funny thing is, Gracie, as big as she is, goes like, oh, I'm going to play with you. And she's like, okay, I'm going to play with you. And like, wait, I'm annoyed with you. And she's like, "Rah." And she like shows her teeth and she like jumps at Gracie. And Gracie's like scared of this little bitty thing that's the size of a cat right now.
Oh God. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, because Jason's moving out soon, like in less than a month, and taking Gracie
Mhm,
with him. And I thought, oh, this is not going to be good for me because I'm attached to her. So
mhm,
I had to get one of my own.
mhm. Nice. What's
Yeah.
what's her name?
Indigo.
Oh, Indigo.
I
Nice.
thought about naming, I was looking at naming her Amani, but she didn't look
Hmm.
like an Amani. And I thought Imani, she didn't look like an Imani. And I thought even Kenya, I'll name her Kenya. She didn't look like a Kenya. Went through all these names, and then I looked up names of of Belgian Malinois, and Indigo was one of them. And I've heard German Shepherds, which she's a shepherd
Hmm.
offshoot, I guess, with that name. And Indigo is color blue, and that me and blue, so
Yeah.
eh, so Indy for short, I guess. But she's a little scrapper, that one.
That's exciting.
Yeah, she's like barking at George and Meow Mix, and they're like, oh, what did you do? You got another one of these? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's like,
Mm.
oh, it's
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah, so so how are the ladies doing? I know I'm getting ready to send funds for food packs again, and just anybody who's listening, we're still raising money for food packs because of the way it is in Kenya right now. They still can't sell anything, and we are also, like I had previously mentioned, I think on Friday, we're trying to raise some money to help sponsor specific kids so we can pay their school fees and all that. And I'm going to do a blog post about that soon. So if you want to donate, you can go to basketsandbeadskenya.org. Let me find that little banner thingy there. It's going across basketsandbeadskenya.org. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so you can make a donation and it'll go to either the food packs or the school fees. You can actually uh, indicate which one you want it to go to. And if you know any organizations who might be interested in taking on sponsoring kids, please get in touch with me. Eldana at basketsandbeadskenya.com, or you can reach out to me on social media, anywhere. And I'd love to have sponsors. We're going to work on getting sponsors for a lot of the kids because education is the key to success, and we want to make sure that they have an opportunity to be whatever they want to be, whether it be a doctor, an engineer, um, in manufacturing, or even in farming, whatever they want to do, that they have the opportunity to go to school and learn and be able to do what they want to do. So there's been a lot of kids that have been sponsored by Reaching Beyond Ourselves, which is the organization I originally went to Kenya with. So if you'd like to get involved in that, please get in touch. So we would love to, you know, help some kids go to school and get educated and
Yeah.
make their moms proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are they? How is everybody?
They're good. You know them. They're hanging in there. They're good. Whenever I talk to Dorcas or I see them, they're all good. But it's kind of been hard because you know how the kids have been going back to school. They just closed for like a week, so you have a week to get new books, to get school fees, to get all that, and it's like it's been hectic. It's been really hard for not just them, for most people here, because now, because of COVID, the holiday is really short. It's like 10 days. So the parents have been complaining. The ladies, I know they are really struggling, and even that's why I sent you the message that let's just give them food. So because I'm like, when they have food, at least they're not going hungry. These other things God will provide, because for them getting a meal is hard. It's still hard up to now, and I know most of our ladies are not even getting 3 meals now. in a day. I know either they're doing two or one.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, because the last time it's only what you're buying, that's what they're selling. Because even when they get an opportunity to sell, people are not buying beads. Everybody's saying, oh, COVID, oh, COVID. So even here, people are not buying. We've
Yeah.
no tourists, no more Wazungus coming. So the sales also have gone down. So I know now most of them feeding their families really hard. So let's just pray for them. And
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll send that today so you can get that to them because yeah, I just here in the U.S. we have people that struggle, but there are a lot of government programs here, so
mhm,
there are you can get the food stamps in California. They call it CalFresh. You can get a card, but you have to be at a certain income level or below. So somebody who's just above that. So like me, when my speaking business was going down and I didn't have a job, I was just on my military retirement, which is like I was not making it, and I applied for that, but I made too much money. So if you make too much, you can't get that. But then there are food pantries. Like Saddleback Church has food pantries, and one of the guys from the veterans group goes and gets food and brings it around to all of us in the veterans group. We have that ability here. That's what they don't have there. There's no government
mhm,
programs for that,
mhm,
which is why I really, when we buy the land, I want to get a farm going so they can grow their own food, so they don't have to worry about ever being hungry again. They can sell some of it, another stream of income. So,
mhm.
I'm just like a lot of people in the U.S. may not have an understanding about how that works. Like there's no government help at all, right? There's nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
So
Yeah,
if you're in poverty, you're just either going to starve or you're going to,
yeah,
like when I first met them, they were picking food scraps out of the dumpster.
exactly. You know.
And it's I think about that as a mother. If I didn't have food and that was the only way to get food, I'd do that. And you think about women prostituting themselves to earn some
Mhm,
income to be able to feed their kids. When you have a child, you can't sit there and watch your child go hungry and be starving and not do something about it. I've thought, like, okay, if I was in that situation, yeah, I'd definitely do whatever I had to do to make
mhm.
sure my kids eat. So our goal with that is to provide enough food packs every month until the country opens up again, because they can't earn any money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the tourism industry, I mean, we saw it when we went over to
Mhm.
Mombasa and Diani Beach, and the guy was saying all these resorts are all closed down,
Yeah.
all the jobs that
Mhm.
just took away. So
Yeah. Yeah, like you see big businesses, they've been closed down. So you're like, if a big, if those hotels were really nice and they were big, if they're closed, you can imagine a lady from Kipsongo, you know. Like, COVID, everyone felt the effect of COVID, but I'm like, it's more harder on some people than others. Because like our ladies, they don't have savings. Some people, there's a class that people, they save and all that, but for our ladies, it's like what you eat what you get. So if you don't get anything today, that's it. So, and I
yeah.
know they've been struggling that's why they are really grateful for every oh, what's happening
Oh,
every time
the
they are really grateful.
yeah, and just
Can you hear me now?
and yeah, it just cut out for a minute.
Mhm.
Technology, it's
Yeah.
not our friend.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we are really grateful for everyone who helps and donates, because it's really feeding a lot of people, a lot of children. You saw them, it's like more than 100 people.
Yeah,
you know
it's like
it's, yeah. we say 30 ladies, but out of the 30, it's like one has 10 kids, the other one has 5 kids. So it's like it feeds more than 100 people. So it goes a long way, and that is really great. It has helped them. No kid has gone to the street because what happens is when there's no food, most of the kids run away to the street. They become street kids, and the parents, and all that. But up to now, no kid has gone to the street. No kid has left school. They are all in school, even if they're struggling, but they're in school, you know. And our ladies are just keeping on. So that's the one thing that we are really grateful for.
Yeah, and I'm just anybody listening, I'm grateful to any of you who've donated. A lot of people donated when I put up my birthday fundraiser, but there's still a need. And if $5, $10, 50, 100, I've had people donate. I have somebody donating $5 a month. You can do a monthly donation. I've also had somebody donate $1,000 at a time. An organization donated $2,000. So if you can't though donate, if you know of an organization like maybe a Rotary Club, because I had the Rotary Club of Temecula who's been more than once supporter, and I've got to present them with information for some of our kids to see if they'll help them as well. But like any organization that does donations, I'm happy to submit a package to them to get some help to make sure that our ladies have food and their kids get to go to school. So appreciate all the support. Or if you can't support that way, you can support by buying a bead. And like I said, the paper beads, which I'm wearing this one, I'm getting ready to deliver a whole bunch of these. The Safari Park ordered 100 of these. Well, I gave them 100 of these and 100 of the slinky twisty wrap bracelet. So and then the paper bead necklaces, which I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Elbit today. This is one of those ones that Elbit created, which is I've made it kind of mine. uh, yeah, so that helps too. So I've got a lot of ads running on Facebook right now. If you go to basketsandbeadskenya.com, purchase something. If you have a doggy, get a doggy bandana. Look at these. They are so pretty. And they they wash really nice. They're made out of really beautiful African fabrics. You can see on the website the ones that I have up. We want to give those ladies more work too, so go check that out as well, which that's at basketsandbeadskenya.com. Awesome sauce. All right, well, that's about it for today. Do you have anything else you want to add about what's going on over there?
No, I think I've said everything.
Yeah. Well, as always, it's so good. I miss you. It seems like so long ago that I saw you. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
yeah, I miss the ladies. So when you see them, give them a hug for me if you guys can hug. If not, do a fist bump or elbow or whatever you can do. And say that's from me because I miss them terribly. And um, every time I get tired or I just want to quit because it doesn't seem like it's working, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all this work for what? It's not going anywhere. I don't see then something like this big order comes and I just like it's filled. It's like I got 2 bins of this. This is 100 paper beads here. And then I got all this is filled down here with stuff. So I'm gonna go drop that off right after we're done here and
Nice.
pray that it all sells out very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to thank everybody for coming. Next week I'll pick back up with the Go Pink rules of engagement. I just wanted to have an update on Kenya and what's going on there, so you all can know how things are going. And yeah, so we're just praying that God continues to provide for the ladies and continues to provide sales over here so I can place more orders and um, keeps things going. And thank everybody for listening, and we will see you soon. Until then, nakupenda.
Bye.